Hi, hello YouTube. It's been a while since I've done a video. This is the third hole of a golf course. Doesn't matter which golf course, I'm not revealing all that. But this is the third hole. And this is my backyard. So I haven't done a lot of videos lately because, well, been working on this, replacing this old deck to this brand new deck. And there are a lot of things involved in it. So it's not a lot that's going on in this video that has to do with audio and video, but some. You may notice, let me see if I can zoom in on this tree. Can I see that? There's a speaker. And of course here are the Adirondack chairs. I do so love a good Adirondack. So I got 2 and 2 from Amazon to place out here in this environment. But there's the second speaker. So these speakers had a set of 4. They were all on the deck, and I split them up, left 2 on the deck and 2 here, and bought an Arylic streamer and a little Chinese amp. So 2 Arylic streamers, 2 Chinese amps. They actually only had one of the amps, but I bought a second one. Each for each streamer. They connect to the Wi-Fi and powered by the amp. And I've split them up into 2 zones. One zone, of course, is here. I affectionately named In the Trees. I know, brilliant, right? And the other, on the deck. So you got the deck and you got the trees, and they can play music independently of each other, or they can be added together as a group. And in that group, you get one big music pointing from the trees, music pointing from the house, and everybody can be standing in the middle of the yard doing the electric slide. Hasn't happened yet, but that's what I got in my head. So I got a problem with these lights. I had strung these lights, and that was a pain. That was a hard thing because they're lights, but I put a steel braided cable attached to them from the house to kind of hold it, and it got heavy. The longer I went, the heavier it became. But right here at the tree, for whatever reason, the light stopped. So I got a problem I got to try to fix. So between that tree, this tree, that tree, and the house, somewhere in the middle, these lights aren't working. So got to kind of figure that out. Just haven't gotten to it yet. But you'll see we have a sign on the posterior of the deck. Talks about the third hole, par 4. It was here when we bought the house. I thought we'd keep it, but we pretty much got rid of the old wooden deck, and replaced it with Trex composite siding, and this is what we got. Of course, we got the Lowe's standard barrier here for the mulch. At some point I want to put some flowers in there. It's a work in progress. Nothing ever is done. My wife doesn't like them, but I bought them and kept buying them until I completed all the way across, which is a very long expanse from left to right, but they're there. And so the boards we put on the bottom side in there, we put horizontal instead of vertical, or lattice. Like most people have lattice, like my buddy over there, he's got lattice. My buddy over here, he's got lattice, but we just put down boards in a horizontal position. Try to be a little different. And of course, we put boards here around what is, you'll see the pergola once we get up on the deck. That was a big deal. Not the pergola I wanted, because things are very expensive. A lot of my time and money has gone to this project, which means I couldn't do a lot of other things. But we got this pergola, and it's nice. It's not the one I wanted, but it's the one we needed because we wanted one that was wide and didn't have 3 sets of posts, just 2 on each side, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and an open expanse between. We don't want to have a pole right in the middle because we got outdoor TV there, and we don't want that right in the middle. It limits what you could do in that space. So this is the one that was, this is a 10 by 17, I think. So wide enough space, because that space is a 12 by 20 or 21, so it fits right within that space. But that's just regular 2x4 slats painted black, in post as a privacy wall there, and it works pretty good. You can still breathe through the wind from below and everything. It's not a restrictive structure, but it works. I'm gonna go this way before I go up on the deck, because talking about these lights, we put it up on the Casa switch so that I can turn them on and off with my phone, you know. And that we went up to DC just the other day, and I was able to pull out my phone and turn on the lights before coming home, and I didn't know if I could do that or not, and it did, and it worked fine. So over here, I've got two gates, a smaller and a larger. I kind of had in my mind just two big double doors, but we ended up with this. And so one gate, it's a little stiff, opens up wide. There's enough room for my riding mower. You can't see it here, but it's in there, to drive in. And then just another door, if you don't want to do all of that, just to get in to this side. And that goes underneath. Got some plumbing for the outdoor kitchen, which we'll get to, but you'll see I've got the stone here, and no, it's not real stone, it's faux stone. Actually, I actually got that from Walmart. Faux stone is really just like a really dense styrofoam, but it doesn't look perfect, but it looks pretty good. I was concerned about one, cost, because real stone is a lot of money, and two, more importantly, real stone is heavy. And that's a lot of stone all the way around, putting extra weight on the deck, and I didn't want that. So we went with the faux, and there's some other really premium stones for you that got deep pockets. Yeah, you can do that. But this was really cost effective. Got it from Walmart, and it was shipped to the house, no problem, easy peasy. Now the acrylic, you can go and look up the acrylic. I think I have the 10, the S10, the A10. It's just very smallest model that's actually Wi-Fi, but it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And I have two of those, and they're under the house here in the crawl space, sitting on something. So plugged in the amp, both amps, both streamers, and they connect right up to the speakers, two separate ones, and that works well. Matter of fact, that wire, can you see that here? It comes out from here, comes out and goes up, plugs in there, and it goes across that steel braided cable all the way over to the speaker in the trees. So one set for the deck, one set for the speaker in the trees, and it works, it works pretty well. The grouping thing sometimes is kind of spotty, but Wi-Fi. But anyway, there's a lot of storage in here. We put crush and run gravel underneath here so that we can have some drainage for rain off and things like that. A lot of storage underneath the deck, and it's great. I'm gonna keep these. We got locks, keep everything secure. But that is the side. Yeah, let's see. Can I go up? Here we go. Going out. All right, so that's the side, and walk back around. A view back to the stairs, the third hole sign, the other side of the faux stone here, and they just came in panels, and they'd kind of like interlocked together. We had Ace Hardware actually come out, and they did that work for us over there. That's my air cannon that I use. I don't like gas, so it's electric to work on blowing all the leaves, which is what I just finished doing. So let me see if I can get up the stairs without tripping. I'm gonna keep doing this live and raw. I'm not gonna pause you. I'm just gonna keep going. All right, so up the stairs. The stairs was kind of an ordeal. Our contractor, had to kind of build these things, because the first thing that we got we didn't really like, and he kind of manufactured some. I'm out here welding and cutting, and we wanted this to be a straight line all the way down and not any joints, which is what came first. And he basically covered the joints and made it a smooth line. It turned out pretty good. My wife is happy. All right, so up the stairs. I don't know, about 10 or 12 stairs. Don't know for sure. I'm not gonna count them. And composite deck. And now we're on the deck. Now the The awning has always been here. It was one of the first things I did when we moved in this house was put in this awning. And again, the view out to the hold. One more leg to go down on the tripod. All right, so here we are on the deck. And let's start with the pergola. So the pergola, again, ordered on Amazon actually. It wasn't too bad. I looked at Mirador pergolas, which I really love, but they didn't have one big enough. The biggest one was a 10 by 13, and the 10 by 13 just wasn't wide enough for the space we wanted. And it has nice features, glass and louvers and shutters and screens and all kinds of things. When I put it in my cart and I added it all up, by the time I was done, I was over $10,000. And I'm like, that's way more than I want to spend. I spent a fraction of that on this. And it does have the louvers, and we bought these panels separate. It's a couple $100 more. And they just kind of slide in. Now, nothing is screwed in yet because we're still kind of not sure how we want it to be. But it's there. It blocks a little of the sun when the sun is shining. So what the pergolas have is a crank. And the crank is, they open and close. So you can't see that, can you? Open and close the louvers. Just a turn. Now, the one I wanted, of course, was with a remote control. You just hit the button, clang, they open and close all that. Again, money I don't have. But so it's actually two sides because this is a 13-foot wide. Is that right? No, it's wider than that. It's 10 feet wide and 18 feet, I think. It's 18 feet. It's 10 feet this way and 18 feet that way, I believe. I can't remember for sure, but it's considerably, because this deck in I think it's 20, 21, so I think it's right, 18. So it's 10 by 18. Whereas the biggest thing we could get with Mirador was a 10 by 13, so an extra 5 feet. Again, this is just 2x4 garden wood, and put it in slats here and painted it black. Works out pretty good. We actually got this heater on like Craigslist or something, somebody local, and put that out here. But one of the things I wanted was an outdoor TV. This is a Silvox outdoor TV. You'll see it's quite thick. It's quite thick and it's sealed, water resistant, wind, rain, dust, that kind of thing. But it works out pretty good. Got a separate mount on brick, and this cabinet, again, off of Amazon, mounted it. It came with the mount for the cabinet, but the mount for the cabinet was too small for the size of the TV. It wouldn't work, so I actually had to buy a separate mount for that. That was kind of a bummer because I paid specifically for this cabinet with the mount. It didn't work, but hey, adapt and overcome. So anyway, the lights do string all the way around. I'm still kind of figuring out what to do with that, working it out. This is a chaise. I've got it covered up. Let me uncover it. Wow, camera's upside down. Okay, anyway, that's the chaise. We just got the cover I put on to see if it fits. And as it's starting to get cold and wintry, and the sun and the wind and the snow may be coming soon, we're gonna cover that. So the chaise, the couch, and another section over there we haven't gotten to yet. We all got from Hanes. They had this. It was like the last one. It's Mitchell Gold, Bob Mitchell, Gold Williams, one of those. Anyway, same people, same company that made the furniture that the Obamas had in the White House. and this was like a steep sale on it. Like we had been looking for something we really liked, and this won the day. So I'm really happy with these. They do sit really low, so it's deep seat sitting down low. When your knees are old like mine, it's a little work to get up and out of there, but it's comfortable when you're in it. So that's kind of the pergola side. Cabinets, TV. Oh, and Big Lots went and found this grass. My wife kind of wanted this. She didn't want it. I tried to talk her into it. We kept it. And I think it works. It feels nice and cozy over here. It's another room. It's a destination, another place to go to get outside in the weather. You still want to watch TV and look at YouTube and whatever, but you can be out in the element as well while you're doing it. So that's the pergola. One of the other things we had to have was a fire pit. Might want another one at some point. So, and this was another Walmart find. Nice little kit. 2 pieces, a tank stair, and the pit here. We also got some fans. That's another Amazon find. It's covered. The covers had to put on because I didn't want to have to take them up, put them down, take them up, put them down every time it rained or something. So I got the covers. That works. And over here, we'll see that I have one that's uncovered. Oh, so before I get there, let's talk about these doors. The lights used to be white. We took those down and put some nice modern lights up. The doors used to be white and without a kick plate, I believe. Well, that wouldn't have kick plate. We just repainted it and kept it, but painted the doors black, which is something we wanted to do before. So painted the doors, got this nice new hammered kick plate, put those in. Really like those. Make such a difference in the appearance. The trim is still white, but that's okay. We kind of want it that way. We'll probably repaint those white again. And this is our second set of the furniture from the Bob Williams Mitchell Gold set. So that's here, a duplicate couch and 2 chairs, and these are swivels. You know I love a swivel. So swivel chairs. I love a swivel chair. Now, let's talk about this really quick. This is something we found at Home Goods. I used to have a bucket out here that every time a golf would hit a ball in my yard, I go and collect and put it in this bucket. My wife said, we can do better than that. I went to Home Goods and found this. It was on sale and they only had one. So boom, had to get that. And so every time I get a golf ball in my yard, that's where it ends up. I don't really play golf, but I collect the balls because they do end up coming over here. You see there's some golfers out there now. You know, so every now and then, one of their balls ends up in the yard. Every now and then. So they become a part of my collection. So that's the doors, that's the balls. This is the fan I was telling you about. Camus. It was another Amazon find again. Got 2 of those. I didn't know if they were going to work, but they turned out really well. In the brick again, so nice and solid. That's that. The on the deck speaker. So there's one there, and there's one over there. So those are the on the deck, and then you got in the trees. All right. And this was the last and the hardest part of the whole thing. This is my outdoor kitchen. That light fixture, of course, that was one of the first things we did. Painted the ceiling black, put in the light fixture with the ceiling fan, and that's been here for almost 3 years now. That, as well as the awning, and of course the light kit on the awning, that came later because they didn't have it when they installed the awning. So I had to add that later, and those are nice. When it gets dark out here, just turn the lights on to keep the party going. There's a remote here for the fan. Turns on the lights, turns on the fan. Now here's that faux stone. And so speaking of stone, on the outdoor kitchen, we did choose to put granite. In the house we use quartz, but out here we wanted granite. And this one we fell in love with. We just really liked it. It's just black. I wanted something dark, so black and a little touches of gold and kind of sand along with the faux stone. It all blends in really well. We got this set This was a Home Depot purchase, and it came as a set. So you get the grill and the side grill, the kitchen sink, the sink, and and that was it. That came as a set. And then we got the 3 drawers separately. This is a fridge, and this is an ice maker. So real quick, ice maker now on, fridge still on. It does shift a bit. It's not tied in or anything. Got a couple doors for storage right here. Doors for storage here. Another door for storage under the sink. It's an 88 sink. It's really thin. It's only about 8 inches deep. So I'll show you that. Really shallow, but it works. And a little ledge, because this is kind of a dead space. Made a ledge if you want to put a pot over there or just store things, whatever. When we're cooking, that works. Okay, that's it. That's the whole thing. So from the kitchen out, this is what we see. And from the kitchen out, I do have a little stand here. Let me show you that. In the drawer. And that's where I keep my oven mitts and that kind of. I have a little stand. So like Sam, the cooking guy, he's the guy that I watch on YouTube that shows you how to cook and do stuff out the grill. So put that right there, articulate the arm out, put my phone or my tablet right there, and I watch Sam and try to imitate Sam and cook something. So first thing I did was a ribeye. Went to the fresh market, got some ribeyes, put them on the grill. Oh, here's another thing. So the grill does have lights. It's kind of dirty, so forgive me for that. But little blue LEDs on the front, little lights to see inside. It's pretty nice. Okay, and that's about it. Well, I can take the lid off on this. It's just a flat. I bought a little griddle to put on there for pancakes. So you got 2 eyes there, and a radiant heater there. Yeah, and that's about that. Okay. So that's what's taken my time and energy and money over the last, well, to be honest, this thing started in April when we started tearing things down, but it took a long time to get materials, and then it took an even longer time to build the deck, and then it took an even longer time to get to the kitchen and get the materials for this. It took a while. We didn't really finish for quite a while, but now I want to say it's done, but is it ever really? But again, that's what's taken up my time over the last year. Haven't done a lot of videos. I've been trying to finish this and work on this, and then just recently I had a guy come out because the leaves were overwhelming. I still got a few remaining over there, but they came out and blew all the leaves up, collected them, and took them away. So great, because I would be out here blowing and raking and scraping and barely putting a dent in it, and that's why I just can't do it. So let's bring some young burly guys out here with leaf blowers and a vacuum and grab it all up and go. It's the way to go. Let the young people do all that hard work. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. That's been my video for the day. Oh, and Thanksgiving just happened, so happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas as it's coming up. Enjoy your family, love your life, and do the things that make you happy. All right, I'll talk to you again next time. Thanks for watching.